How's it going? Welcome to this episode of Does This Shed Make Me Look Fat? Today I'm going to cover one of the things that seems to suck in every workshop: dust extraction. Most of us will have a vacuum or a dust extractor of some sort to minimise the mess. Doesn't necessarily take it all away, but it certainly makes it a bit easier to clean up at the end of a job. Now, one of the things that would have been apparent to anyone who's bought a dust extractor or a vacuum is there seems to be a set of fittings and sizes that accommodate the brand, and then this brand over here has a completely different set, and they're 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 mil different, but they still don't work with each other. A little trick I've done to accommodate this variation in size of fitting for dust extraction is PVC pipe. Now, what I've got here is, you can see my flexi hose. It's a couple of metres long, 100mm PVC, just your white stuff from Bunnings, little piece cut off, stuck on. What that allows me to do then is to take, in this case, a 90-degree fitting, and that fits on there, friction fit, nice and firm. This piece used to be in here. This is the hose off my old one. I've just had the opportunity to upgrade to a bigger volume system, and so we're going to have a look at that in a minute. This is the old piece. It's a 100 to 50mm reducer, and I don't know if you can see there, it's pretty worn, it's a bit chipped. That's had a fair bit of use, not only as a fitting to adapt onto various machines, but also as quite literally the end that I use to vacuum stuff up off of the concrete, which is quite abrasive. This is the old one, treating myself to a new one. This is all just pushed together. That is good enough, makes it easy to clean and replace. I like to keep the 100mm right up to the tool, so the reducer is literally right on the tool. That gives me better volume. I did try having a thinner hose, a length of thinner hose and then a short length of the 100mm. Loaded up my machine, my old extractor a bit, and didn't seem to move as much air as having the reduction right on the tool itself. What I do then is I take some 50mm PVC that fits inside there like that, and I glue or epoxy it to the appropriate fitting for the specific tool. This one here is for my bobbin sander, and it jams onto the hole on the bobbin sander firm enough that I don't need to twist or glue or anything there. That goes in there, comes out easy as. Here, short one and a long one. These are the same fittings, epoxied on. They actually are the proprietary Makita fitting for my table saw, but they also fit on the inside of some of my Hafco stuff, or the outside, depending on which tool you've got. Now, the short version is long enough for my thicknesser, and in a minute I'll show you why I've got this long version for the drum sander, because yes, I had to make a custom thingy for dust extraction. Anyway, stick around, we'll have a bit of a look at a couple other bits and pieces around why I do the PVC, and show you how it actually works for me, and then we will have a look at the first use of my new machine for sucking up rubbish. Right, so here you can see my disc sander. It's got a tilting deck and a little slidey guide thing, and we can come down here and we can see the extractor port. So this is the Makita fitting that I mentioned earlier, and that just frictions on, and then the 90-degree sits on here, and I can adjust all of that, and that gives me good volume of air through this, keeps the dust down to a minimum. And then next to it here we've got the bobbin sander. Again, there's one that I showed you before, and this slides on, bit of a twist, and that's stuck on, and again the 90-degree can come up into here, and that works all sweet. Here on my drum sander, a little bit hard to see, there's a bracket here that I've bolted on. Now, if I was to put the short fitting from the discs end on, it'll fit, but there's quite a lot of flex there in the top, and you can see that here moving. Didn't like that, so instead of using that, I've got the longer version here that slides in nice and firm, supported over here, and so that'll take a bit of weight, and you can see here, a bit of pressure on there, doesn't move here. Makes life a lot easier as far as worrying about whether that's going to break while I'm using it. Alright, so this is the new one, and you can see there the old one. To give you an idea, the top of the bags there is about 6 feet. The apparent volume is supposed to be 300 litres of storage, so I guess that's what those plastic bags are. If we come down in here for a bit of a look, you can see it's got 3 ports. What we're going to do is put the hose you saw before on the thing like that, and then we get that to sit in place. I'll do up that thing in a minute, and then we'll go and have a look and see how it goes on the thicknesser with a serving board. Right, so this is how easy it is to set up. We take this fitting in here, that slides in there, good as gold. Adjust that onto there, that'll do. And that works just fine, is reliable and fast. So there you have it. Thicknessed that in a few minutes. Cleaned up quite nicely. The new machine moves a lot more air than the old one, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I guess we'll just see how it goes over its life. The last one did me maybe 8 or 10 years, so this one I'm expecting a similar sort of lifespan. Meantime, I hope the PVC idea has perhaps inspired you to tidy up your dust extraction in your shed or workshop, whatever you've got. Hopefully it's a good cheap way to keep everything clean and tidy. Meantime, I hope you have a fabulous afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it is you're watching this. And if you feel like it, chuck me a like and a subscribe, that would be excellent. Otherwise, take it easy, we'll see you around.